Thumbs up, Mike. Thumbs up, Gav.
How's the sound, Michael?
Yeah.
Ciro. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Jeremy, Richard, great to have you here. Thanks so much for coming back to South Africa, of course.
Thanks for having. No, exactly.
No problem. Now, South Africa, obviously, the first country that you brought MPH to outside of the UK, and I suppose the first question is why?
South Africa, because we like it, and that's not just blowing smoke up the bottoms. We do like coming to South Africa. 2, it means we don't have to go to America.
And that's a good thing.
Which is a good thing. And 3, Top Gear is popular. I know it's popular everywhere, but there's no point going to Poland, for example, because they can't understand a single word I say.
No. And people here get us. It's just, we did the first time we came out on stage here, how many years ago? We came out on Jumbo.
3 years ago.
First time we came out on stage and we thought, yeah, people get us.
It's the only other country where families come. It's very good. It's like the UK. It's a family show, so the live show is a family show. The audience is full of kids and women, and it is in South Africa. Elsewhere in the world, as we've subsequently discovered, it's full of construction workers.
You have to just talk about cars the whole time.
Yeah. In Australia, we just park a Holden V8, rev it up for an hour and a half, and they're happy as.
Yeah, that's what they are. That's them blown away.
I mean, Top Gear is massive. It's undeniable. You're obviously doing something right. What do you think makes such great telly?
I have no idea. It's possibly my skin disease.
Could be.
People are tuning in to see what's fallen off.
His ears going, his ears going. No, he's going to stay on.
It's a bit like leprosy, but more embarrassing.
And quicker. No, we don't know. I don't want to know, because if we did know, we'd sit there and get all self-conscious about it. Say, right, we must continue doing it this way. We just make the show we really want to make, and we like it for whatever reason.
It's just two guys and their transgender friend.
Yeah.
Cocking about.
Now, Jeremy, you are very, very worried about the future of motoring. You're worried that we're going to be driving around in hybrid, eco-electric lentils, governed by spy satellites to 10 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Please tell me you foresee a different future.
I don't.
You're just trying to worry.
I mean, there is good news. There is good news coming out of the UK at the moment in terms of some of the lies told by environmentalists are now being exposed as that. I mean, genuinely. Emails that have been sent from the University of East Anglia, one of the great contributors to the United Nations theories on climate change, have been, they've been talking about how they can trick people into thinking the world's heating up, and it isn't. And then just this week, the man who said the Himalayan glaciers would all be gone by 2035 is now saying, well, they will. I think I might have just made that up. So we're starting now to see the cracks, but without those cracks, if they're allowed to just carry on down this senseless path, then yes, I can see a world where we are just massively governed and massively oppressed as soon as you get into a car. And it does scare me, because it's such a shame when cars can be so much more than just means of transport.
Yeah.
But it's going to be ruined by some weird, beard, woolly-headed twit. I could be a bit more forceful than that if you wanted me.
No, that.
I wish you'd get off the fence sometimes.
Yeah.
It's so hard to know what's
Ambiguity.
Yeah, it's tricky.
You both always on about certain people driving certain cars, and you're in the business of giving people car buying advice. But if somebody's just going to go and buy a BMW anyway,
yeah.
Why bother?
Yeah, no, if you're right, that's why genuinely we don't do it anymore. Somebody said to me yesterday, a girl came in the hotel in Cape Town and said, what car should I buy? So I said, well, a Ferrari.
Yeah.
No, be sensible.
Lamborghini.
Well, a small Ford. You should buy the car you want to buy that you can afford, that you think looks the nicest, because all cars are basically the same. Not the Ferraris now, but the mainstream cars. There's only 4 component makers in the world, and there's only about 5 car makers, and they just jumble up the 5 components. And unless it's a Toyota, in which case its accelerator pedal will go wrong.
Apparently. I don't think anybody really struggling with deciding which diesel hatchback to buy next tunes in to watch us or comes to our live shows for the advice. That's not what we do.
Fair enough. Jeremy, Richard, you both have kids. Which
funny that only 2 of us have kids.
Yes, it is. Well, James can't. Genitals are organised differently.
You don't get children by putting it there, do you?
One day they'll sort it out.
You just said that out loud.
You said that
out loud.
I really did.
Yeah.
I really did.
There's no way we can pull the words he just said out of that microphone. It's gone in.
They're not gathered in there.
Yeah,
how old are you?
Yes, we both have. 2 of us have children, and the other one's what the obituary writers always call a bachelor.
Yeah. Well, which car will they just refuse not to be taken to school in?
Do you know, honestly, I'll give you an example of how much of my love of cars is rubbing off on my children. I took my 13-year-old son back to school the other day in the new Ferrari 458 Italia, the only one in Britain. So we piled into it outside the house, we've been driving for about an hour, and he just, been quite for a while, he just went, is this a Ferrari?
I've got two daughters, the youngest of which is 6, still loves anything. I pull up at school in my 1968 Mustang, and it's really exciting. She wants all her friends to see. The 9-year-old, the elder daughter, dies of shame if it's anything other than we have an old Volvo estate to take her to school. If it's anything other than
It's
that,
exactly the same. Children, my eldest daughter is 15, and as far as she's concerned, the Skoda Rumster is the only acceptable car.
Yeah.
Maybe our Volvo if it's very dirty, but she's really, they don't like flash. They hate flash cars. My children do. They absolutely loathe them.
That's
which is embarrassing because we love them.
I mean, you guys have had incredible experiences making the show over the years. Is there any that you really cherish or really cringe at?
Cherish? Well, the cringes would, I think for both of us, but for different reasons, would be the North Pole. You had to run there behind a dog, which was, I would imagine, ghastly. But would you have swapped with me with 8 days in the car with James May?
Not in a million years. There are moments like that. There's odd moments. There's a bit in the film when we did in America when we're driving along that sort of unmade road, and you sort of think, actually, this really is everything it should be. It's what it looks like on the telly.
3 ruined cars and a lovely evening. That was nice.
So in Botswana when we made that.
That's still the best. The most enjoyable programme we've ever made was Botswana.
And every member of the crew agrees, and that was a big crew to make that. A lot of people, it's a big job.
BBC television cameraman, and it's probably the same here. You can never please a cameraman or a sound recordist. They never have a nice time when they're away, and every single one of them got that from that trip in Botswana.
Yeah,
it was miserable as sin. Just one, because it was a holiday. We just had a holiday and then produced what actually turned out to be a great show.
Yeah, it was a
I mean, I read it, our boss who edits the programme, he really did pull out the stops.
Yeah.
We gave him 2,000 hours of tape, and he made it into a 1-hour session.
That's a lot of it.
Don't have terribly much time left with you. I trust that you're going to produce an absolutely fantastic show for South African audiences.
Well, I really hope so. We start tomorrow. We're going to have some lunch now, and then
I might have a bit of a sleep.
Have a bit of a snooze, and then we're going to really knuckle down and get it written.
Unless there's a pool at the hotel, in which case we might delay it.
Well, it's quite cloudy, so maybe we won't go. No, let's do some work.
We could spend at least an hour on it.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm sure we'll come off all right. I just wanted to, I suppose, leave you with a request.
Yeah.
If you ever do become Prime Minister, please get Jacob Zuma on the line and have a word with him about our car prices, because we are being ripped off here. Like, you won't believe.
You are, but so are we. So it's the whole world is being ripped off, and petrol prices.
Yeah.
And roads, and speeding fines.
Don't start him, please. He's drifted off into that place he goes when he dreams about being Prime Minister. Oh, it's terrible.
There would be many changes if I was Prime Minister. Many changes.
Well, fantastic to have you here again. Once again, thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for
we
having
genuinely
us.
love it in South Africa. It's brilliant.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.